Hey everybody, Tekking101 here, coming to you from Zombie Powder Vision, given the name because this is how I record all my Zombie Powder videos, whenever, or any video that I don't want to lug my camera down to my studio and film stuff down there. It's an anime tag video by JimsNerdNation, so I must thank him for that. He also gave me something interesting to do on my 21st birthday, so there's my video I made for my 21st birthday. Thanks a lot there, Jimmy boy. I don't know what the hell where that came from. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so for this one we have 15 questions. Holy shit, I gotta get on this right away. I've already taken up too much time, alright? So let's just dive straight into this, and then I'll maybe tag some people at the end if I can think of anyone off the top of my head. Okay, number one, what was your first manga? Alright, first manga. I was about 13 years old. I went to Walmart with my mom to go shopping, and I stumbled upon an issue of Shonen Jump on the magazine rack. And it caught my eye because the picture on the cover was Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Which I was 13. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was one of my favorite shows at that time, so I saw, holy shit, this is going to be a magazine about Yu-Gi-Oh! And, I noticed Goku and some other characters were on there too, and I'm like, this is so weird. So, that particular issue I ended up picking up. It was wrapped in cellophane, so I couldn't just open it and look through it, so I, begged my mom to buy it for me. It was, $6-7. So she bought it for me, and I ripped the cellophane off, and lo and behold, to my discovery, I found out that it was manga. It was this weird, backwards, black and white comic. That's the thing I was really disappointed about. I was like, oh man, black and white? What the hell? So it was a weird sensation, but that was technically my first manga. It was the original Yu-Gi-Oh! It wasn't anything that, it was like season 0, basically, of Yu-Gi-Oh! It was the original manga where Bakura had trapped Yugi and his friends in that RPG tabletop world, like the D&D arc, and they were, traveling through that. Also, interesting thing about that particular issue, it was the last chapter of Dragon Ball Z that they featured in Shonen Jump at that time, which was the chapter where Trunks returns to the future and defeats Android 17, 18, and then eventually kills Cell. So that was a very interesting issue that I decided to pick up that day. So that was probably around 2006, around there. So that was my first manga that I ever read, was in fact Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, number 2. What was your most expensive manga? I used to really love purchasing manga. I really used to make it my thing. Whenever I had any kind of money, I would go and try to build my collection. For the past couple of years, I really haven't had a lot of money to go out and just buy and purchase manga just so frivolously. If I was going to pick my most expensive one, and I'm just looking at it right now, data books not included, it would probably have to be one of the omnibuses. And that's not even really saying much. The omnibuses were like $5-6 more than a regular manga book. Like my Full Metal Alchemist omnibuses are about, they're about $15 for each volume. Actually, no, I think these might be 20. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, these are 15. These were 15. This is probably the most expensive mangas I've ever purchased. When I first started buying them, they were $8, and there was a price jump to 10. So there's that, I guess, that you can just factor in the price jump, but probably just the omnibuses. That's much I've paid. A couple times I wanted to get the box sets. Like the box set of Death Note, which is like $60, which I still might get if I ever end up with $60. I just want to throw away on manga. But yeah, that's the most expensive I've ever purchased. Number 3, what was your least expensive manga? Least expensive manga would probably be just any manga I purchased at Walmart, because for some reason manga you buy at Walmart is always cheaper than in the actual bookstores. Like back when they were selling back when the store price was $8 for a volume, Walmart would sell it for $6. And then when the price jump happened and the store price was $10, Walmart would sell them, and they still do sell them, for $8. Except, no, it's a potluck when it comes to Walmart, though. They'll usually have like the most recent Naruto chapters, like Naruto volumes or whatever they get. They never get any One Piece. Occasionally they'll get Bleach, but mostly it's just Naruto. So it's very limited on purchasing. But whenever there's a recent manga chapter when there's ever a recent volume of Naruto released, I'll go to Walmart and get it there for about $8. So that's the cheapest. What is the most boring manga you own? Okay, I do not own a lot of manga. Full disclosure here, the manga that I own are all very mainstream. Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Full Metal Alchemist, Fairy Tail, Death Note, Blue Exorcist. Yeah, that's about freaking it. I really don't have a huge collection in terms of... I don't have a huge diversity of manga, I should be saying. Out of all those... the most boring, I mean, I'm going to get hate for this, but probably Blue Exorcist, just because I'm not that into it. I never really got that into Blue Exorcist. I bought one volume, didn't really do it for me. I know I'm going to get some hate for that. Not saying it's a boring series, just saying it's not that engaging to me as other series are. So, yeah, there's that. Number 5, what is your favorite manga series? My favorite manga series did not actually start off as a series. It started off as an anime, which is then adapted into a manga. That's weird, right? It was Fooly Cooly. So Fooly Cooly is my favorite manga. They actually released... This is kind of embarrassing because it's my favorite manga series of all time and my favorite anime series of all time, and yet I don't own the manga. The manga was released, I think, in 2 omnibus. Actually, no, I think it was a singular omnibus because it was a very short series. I think it was like a singular omnibus. It was a little bit thicker than this, and the book itself is a little bit more shorter. So it's like, it kind of has the appearance of like a pocket dictionary, just really big. I haven't ever bought it though. I just never got around to getting it. So yeah, that's my favorite manga and anime series, but I sadly don't own it. So yeah, sorry. What is the most relatable manga that you own? Okay, most relatable. Okay, considering the fact I mostly own shonen, I can't really say any of these are relatable. I guess Bleach, just for the sake that I've been reviewing it for 3 years, and at this point I'm kind of starting to identify with a lot of the characters. It's a fantasy element, sure, but you know, you be exposed for something for so long that I'm sure you start to identify with some of the characters. Like, for example, Jim, which I'm sure is watching this right now. You freaking better be watching this right now. Anyway, if you're watching this right now, I'm sure you, having sat through and read and watched multiple episodes of One Piece and multiple chapters of One Piece, probably up to what, like, you're up to, like, probably close to chapter, 350, 400 at this point, I would assume that you start to identify with some of the One Piece characters. Kind of the same thing with me in Bleach. So in terms of relatability there, not the one that I have the most relatability with. That would probably be like a slice of life, like Good Ending or something like that. But in terms of the one that I own, yeah, that would probably be Bleach. All right, number 7. What is the one manga that you own that is based off an anime? Oh, great. That would have been Fooly Cooly, except I don't own that. Not the other way around. That's like most animes, like the majority of anime. I know there's a shit ton that don't, but there's a majority that are based off the manga. That's usually how it goes. The manga of Fullmetal Alchemist is released, and if it's popular enough, then they start an anime. It's usually not the other way around. It would be Fooly Cooly if I owned it, but I don't. I really don't have. I'm kind of not allowed for that question because all my manga are all very popular, like the big 3. And they all started off as the manga first. I can assure you that they do. I just know that off the top of my head. So I guess I got to put like an NA for that question. Sorry. Okay, number 8. What is your rarest manga? Okay, rarest manga. You know what? I really don't. I don't know what, like, rare, like, they probably meant, like, a limited edition, box set, super release. I don't really know. If that's the case, it might be one of the data books that I own, because I'm not sure if the data books are still in print. They might only have been printed for a while. I don't have exactly a rare manga, but I can tell you a short story about how, like, in my case, they were rare. My old bookstore that I used to go to back when it was like, I was like, probably 14, 15 years old when I started buying manga. Back then, it was going out of business, and the manga was all on sale. So I hurried up and got to the mall, thinking like, I'm gonna pick up all this manga for dirt cheap, right? So I get to the mall, and there's only like 2 volumes left of any manga that I really wanted to read, and it was One Piece. It was One Piece volume, I think 1920. It was during the Alabasta arc. So I picked those up really quickly. They were like $2 each. They really were that cheap. So I guess that's rare in a certain way, as in they were like the last ones there. But aside from that, that's really all I got. All right, number 9. One of your reprinted manga, printed in the past but printed again by another company. That would probably just be the omnibuses again. Because, I got, the Fullmetal Alchemist, which are obviously, this is volume 19, 20, 21. I have the Bleach omnibuses here that are also reprints. These are actually remarkably cheap. I've heard they were made of less quality paper, but there's no difference to me. You can still read them just fine because, right away, this is $15. This has 3 volumes. Volumes go at a rate of $10 for each, so this is the $30 value for $15. I mean, that's freaking simple. That's like easy right there to where the value is. Sad thing is, this is only really done for mainstream series. I know Death Note did these. I think the Death Note ones are a little bit more expensive than $15 though. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. If the series that you really want to read and really want to catch up on or just own in entirety, like I don't own the majority of the Bleach manga. I own like, okay, I'm gonna say I own like half of it. I don't own a lot of the beginning. I don't own from chapter 1 to 14. This is a great way for me to get chapters 1 through 14 without actually buying all the individual 14 chapters. And then I don't own from volume, I keep saying chapters. I don't own from volume, I think it's 36 to present. I don't own 36 to now. I think I had 43, but that's about it. So in terms of, what was the question again? Reprinted manga. Yeah, in terms of reprinted manga, that's all I got. I got a Naruto omnibus down there too, but I'm not going to pull that one out. Okay, what is the most popular manga series you own? Most popular, that would be an easy one. That'd be One Piece, because I know there's more manga out there that have lasted longer than One Piece, but I'm pretty sure in Japan right now, as far as shonen goes, One Piece is the social mecca of Japan in terms of shonen manga, so that would be One Piece. Okay, number 11, what is the most damaged manga you own? I don't own it anymore. I lent out a volume of manga, I think it was like Naruto volume 24, to one of my friends, and when it came back to me, it was essentially ruined. He spilled some, I'm pretty sure it was coffee. He kind of like, he's like, oh, I dropped it. Somebody spilled their water on it when I was carrying it to school today. It was like very obviously like he spilled coffee on it or some shit. Probably when he was like eating breakfast or something. I had to throw it away just because it was ineligible. Like half of it, like you can only read like half of the pages. And the cover was starch white before I got it, and I get it back, it looked like just someone like took it and like ran it up their ass. So yeah, that was the most damaged manga I've ever owned, but I don't own it currently anymore. All right, number 12. Which manga has the most amazing art? Art, not arc. That's two completely different things there. Love him or hate him, Hiro Mashima does really good art. The author of Fairy Tail, the mangaka of Fairy Tail. You can bitch and moan all you want about how the plot is kind of getting derailed at certain points. You can complain about Nakama power, how Nakama friendship power defeats every major enemy, and all the fan service and all the boobs bouncing all over the place. Well, you don't see me complaining about that, but you hear people complaining about that. The guy was in hentai before Fairy Tail, so that's where that comes from. The guy does outstanding artwork, though. In every chapter, there's at least a good panel where they have like a huge detail. Like during the Daimentu Embu arc, amazing detail in the stadium, amazing detail on all the different events that they did, like that Pandemonium arc where Urza kicked the shit out of all those monsters. That the design of that castle was breathtaking. And the fact that he was able to draw this and conceive of this in such a short amount of time, that's incredible. And then Tower of Heaven arc, great artwork there. So, the guy's plot might not be the greatest in the world, but his artwork is outstanding, so I gotta give him to that. Number 13, our oldest published manga that you own. Oldest. Once again, probably One Piece, because that was serialized in 96, I believe. Naruto was 99, Bleach was 2001. I know Blue Exorcist was after 96. Fairy Tail was, in the good into the 2000s. Yeah, that's about FMA. FMA, I think, was 2000, 2001. So yeah, it's probably once again One Piece. Newest published manga that you own. Newest one. Actually, that would probably be Fairy Tail, I would imagine. I know my answer is limited to like five choices. There's Death Note too. I do own some issues of Death Note. But Death Note was 2004. Probably be a cross between Fairy Tail or Death Note. Pretty sure Fairy Tail was the most recent because he did Rave Master before Fairy Tail. So I'm pretty sure Fairy Tail was later on. And they're only up to chapter, 300 now. So I know they haven't had anything. And they haven't been going on for that many years. All right, so and last question. Here we go. Number 15, a recent manga that you purchased. The most recent manga that I purchased is... actually, no, it's not the Omnibus. It's right here. It is Naruto Volume 65! Yeah, Jim, 65. Got a long way to go, bro. I do not envy you right now because, wow, this is going places, alright? It's wherever the story's at right now, I think you're in the tuning exam arc? Wherever the story's at right now, your mind's gonna get blown about 10 times out of the water from what's to come. I'm just saying that much, alright? But anyway, yeah, that's the last one I purchased. Volume 65 of Naruto at the end of at the beginning of, I guess it would be the beginning of the Ten Tails revival arc. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the anime tag video. Alright, so who to tag, who to tag, who to tag? Who am I tagging today? Everything One Piece, to thank him for that interview that he did for me. So I gotta tag him by forcing him to sit in front of a camera and talk. So, that's my thank you. King of Lightning, tagging you. EliteAce, tagging you. You know, we get to get back on the bandwagon, you know? We haven't done anime tag in a while. What the hell? And now... Let's see, I have to tag one person. I'm going to tag one person from the Anime Dev Squad Hangout, the hangouts that I do every Monday night, which you should totally subscribe to Nostradamus for. Oh, that gives me a perfect idea who to tag. I'm going to tag Bonkai922. So go ahead and answer those questions. I'm sure they have much more expansive manga collections than I do, so I'm sure you'll have interesting ideas. Oh, wait, no, somebody else from Anime Dev Squad I have to tag. Could not leave this person out because this person had to sit through a horrible mindfuck game with me on Monday nights. So I gotta tag LunarSpiral. So go LunarSpiral and Bonkai922, King of Lightning, EliteAce, and everything One Piece. There you go, anime tagged. So, yeah, questions. Have fun, guys!